terms AI and automation get thrown around like confetti in the world of startups. Pitch decks are full of them, sales pitches lean on them, and founders sprinkle them into product descriptions and conversations whenever they get the chance. However, do all the people talking about AI and automation actually fully understand what they're talking about? The easy answer is that no, they most likely don't. And even worse, a lot of the time, people treat AI and automation as if they're synonymous. But they're not. And if you're building a product, raising money, or making decisions about how to scale, mixing them up could cost you real traction, or, at the very least, potential opportunities to do big things. Let's start with automation. It's not exciting, and it's definitely not new, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have a very important place in the world of business, when used correctly. Automation is about creating rules. It's if this, then that. You write a script, set up a workflow, or trigger an action based on a condition. It's about removing manual effort in processes that don't require intelligence, reasoning, or deep thinking. It'll do the tasks for you that normally take forever, and it can, because they're pretty basic. Automation is great because it's predictable. You know exactly what will happen. There is little ambiguity, and not only that, but it's reliable, it's fast, and it's scalable. And because it's so well understood, it's easy to sell. You're not promising anything incredible or super high tech. It's about improving efficiency and removing monotony. The irony, however, is that many founders label their automation tools as AI-powered because it sounds more innovative. After all, AI is a bit of a buzzword these days. But in truth, their product is doing exactly what it should be doing. It's reducing friction through automation. And yes, that's incredibly valuable, but it's not artificial intelligence, and that's okay. Now, artificial intelligence is something else altogether. It's not just about rules, it's about patterns, learning, and uncertainty. AI doesn't do exactly what you tell it to do. Rather, it guesses, it interprets, and it adapts. Sometimes it gets things wrong in wildly unpredictable ways. That unpredictability is part of the power, but it's also part of the risk. That is, high risk, sometimes high reward, most of the time. However, it's important to bear in mind that founders often overestimate what AI can do in the real world. They imagine chatbots that understand nuance, recommendation engines that know your customers better than they know themselves, and content that writes itself. In practice, however, AI is only as good as the data, the design, and the domain it's operating in. Garbage in, garbage out, as the experts say. So, as much as it does have exceptional potential, that potential won't necessarily be realized by any means unless the whole process is done properly. It's partly about branding. Using the term AI sells better, unsurprisingly. Investors lean forward when they hear it, and customers get curious because these days, AI is seen as being intrinsically linked with the most modern technology and innovation. But beyond that, the real problem is that founders often fall in love with the promise of intelligence without doing the hard work to validate whether their product needs it. A tool that auto-generates blog titles using OpenAI's API might look smart, but is it really any better than a deterministic script trained on the most clicked headlines? And more importantly, do users care? AI is often a distraction. It can add complexity, latency, regulatory overhead, and cost. And the thing is, not every problem needs learning. Oftentimes, all that's really necessary is fewer steps, having the same job being done, but quicker, faster, and more accurately. And that's what automation is brilliant at. Perhaps, instead of asking, can we use AI here, the better question is, do we need intelligence at all? If the problem can be solved with basic logic, perhaps it would be wise to do that first. If it can be automated with clear rules, that's great. But if you truly need something adaptive, uncertain, and dynamic, then sure, go ahead and use AI. But at the end of the day, users don't care whether it's AI or automation behind the scenes. Rather, they just care that it works. They care that it saves time, reduces errors, or improves outcomes. And most of the time, a well-crafted automated process beats a half-baked AI model. Ultimately, what's starting to become clear as AI continues to progress and become increasingly advanced is that the skill moving forward isn't necessarily knowing how and when to use AI. It's about knowing when not to use it.